think we just come here and showed everyone that Iranian basketball had big potential, even without many players. That's what we showed on the court, and I think with aggressive defense and smart offense, we won the game.
Okay, we're opening the floor to questions from our friends from the media. Kindly introduce yourself, the media organization that you work for.
Good evening, Coach Meran. I'm Ivan from Dagot, Philippines. Talk about Hamed Husseinzadeh killing Gilas in the clutch.
Yeah, in the first quarter, I know that he's a very good defender. I gave him some responsibility to stop Williams. We know that, he is a key player in the Philippine teams, and he did his responsibility very well. I think he played close with him, and in defense, I think he did his responsibility very well.
Questions for Coach? Coach Meran, you said last night during your last practice that you were prepared to play a quality game. Is this exactly what you had in mind?
Yeah, as I told you, it was a very important game for us. As Mohammed said that, we lost very bad against Australia, and the players, made a decision to play hard, to play with their heart in this game, and I think they did their job very well.
Coach, two of your big men were in foul trouble. One of them fouled out. What did you tell your players in the clutch when you went with a small lineup?
I asked them to control under the basketball rim. I asked them to do a very good, screen for the perimeter players, and also control the rims.
Questions from our friends from the media?
You had an 8-0 run in the fourth quarter. I mean, was there anything that you told your team that really sparked that, and then of course that jumper that you did?
In that situation, we choose right offense, and our defense got tougher in that time, and we could win those points.
Any more questions from our friends from the media? No more questions. If not, we will let our friends from Iran go. Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes. For the Philippines, aside from Coach Yengao, Christian Stan Hardinger will be joining us shortly. For the benefit of our friends from media who were not here last night, Coach Meran Shahintab was saying that despite missing Samad Nikabarami, who played in Tehran, he expected his wards to play a quality game, quote unquote. So you can use that quote. Okay. Just give us a few minutes. We're waiting for Coach Yang Giao and Christian Stan Hardinger, who will join us. Jerry, dito ka. Sarge, dito na lang kayo, Sarge. Jerry, akin na yung iwan mo na dito. Akin na, pare. Okay. We're just waiting for Coach Yang Giao and Christian Stan Hardinger. Then our post-match press conference can begin. We're just waiting for Coach Yang Yao and Christian Stan Hardinger. Then our post-match press conference for the Philippines can begin. Thank you very much for your patience. We're just waiting for Coach Yang Yao and Christian Stan Hardinger. Your patience, please. It's a tough loss for the Philippines. Sorry, ayaw nawawala. Just a few more seconds. I am informed Coach will be here. Stats na. Right. Dito din kay Boss Jerry. Huwag niyang papabayaan si Boss Jerry. Kaya you have stats na. Alright. Coach Yang is on his way. Sandali na lang po. For those watching the live stream broadcast, we're just waiting for the Philippines contingent to come over. That's Coach Yang Yao and Christian Stan Hardinger. Then we could begin the post-match press conference. Thank you for your patience. They're on their way. We apologize for the delay. It's a tough loss.
Mic test, Selena. Mic test, mic test, mic test, Selena. Well, you know. Mic test, Selena. Mic test, mic test, mic test, Selena. Live. I know. Well, you know what, Gina and Aaron, despite the heartbreak loss today, the mood and the atmosphere here was incredible. The crowd was booing, cheering definitely at the right times. Yes, Gino and Aaron, you know what, despite the loss, the atmosphere here in this arena was incredible. The crowd was definitely booing and cheering at the right time. I was able to talk to a couple of our Gilas Pilipinas team members, and they were telling me that they were very determined, and that determination was backed up by a lot of hard work and preparation. Kahit nga sa dugout, makikita mo na talagang napaka-focus nila. They were listening intently to Coach Yang as though they were sponges. And it was more like an open forum in a lot of those huddles. You know, they were telling each other their concerns, and they were even encouraging each other. Mapa-bata, mapa-veterano, talagang they were very vocal. Yun lang nga, unfortunately, kinapos sila towards that end. In the final quarter, Coach Yang kept encouraging the players to get physical. Itulak daw palabas ang kanilang mga kalaban and to go aggressive on the rebounding and the boxing out. But unfortunately, the odds didn't seem to be in our favor. So towards the end, talagang makikita mo that Gilas Pilipinas definitely seemed disappointed and heartbroken by the results. Before the game started, however, Coach Yang kept telling his team, just give it your all, give it your best shot, best effort ang ilagay sa court today. And you know what, I could say we definitely saw that amongst our team members today. We just fell short towards the very end. And still, we've got a lot to be proud of for the team. And despite their heartbreak, the players were able to gather in the middle of the court tonight. They were able to huddle up in Mall of Asia Arena and solemnly wave goodbye to the crowd that supported them. That is all for now, gentlemen.
Coach, let's wait for the signal. Christian? Kuya, meron na. Meron na to? May volume na to? May feed, do we have a feed already? Hold on a second, please. Meron na? Good. All right. Good evening. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Philippine portion of the post-match press conference between the Philippines and Iran. Iran came away 78-70 winners. With us tonight, Coach Yang Yao and Christian Stan Hardinger. Coach, your thoughts about this match?
Well, of course, we're disappointed, no, not just about the match, but for the whole window. We knew Iran was a tough team, even without Barami and Haddadi. We knew that they were a big team. For a while there, we thought we had a really good chance of winning the game. For the most part of the game, we were holding on to a small lead, and we were on the verge of breaking out, no, but it just did not happen. And towards the end game, I felt that it's a lack of maturity, no, for our team. It's not as cohesive as we wanted to be at this point. The guys tried their best. No? I knew and I saw that they were giving their best, but at the crucial point in the game, we made some bad decisions and some crucial breaks. No? I think Marcio fouled one player on the sideline while he was trying to steal the ball, and we were just behind by 1 point at that point. No? So again, the same situation against Kazakhstan. We gave up too many free throws again. No? 33. We're not. That's a problem, I guess. Is we're not really accustomed, no, to the officiating. No? We don't know how certain calls are made in the international game, but that's something we should be responsible for. No? We should be able to adapt to that. No? So I think that was very crucial. No? 33 free throws again against Kazakhstan. There were 34 free throws we gave up, and only 18, no, for us. No? So on the free throw difference alone is we gave up 12 points, no, just on the free throws. Aside from the fact that I felt there was a crucial stage in the game where I think there were 6 or 7 offensive rebounds. No, it's just the size that the size of the Iranian team that gave us problems. No? Not just the size of their big men, but the size of their guards. No? Their guards were also bigger than our guards. Our team has been bigger, but still not as big as the other teams in the region.
Christian, we want to hear your thoughts about this match.
Well, I also think, or I agree with Coach, that we have an issue regarding the free throws, and that's what I tried, or what I've been saying is that the PBA is one of the most physical leagues I've ever played with, and internationally, you can do a lot less. So even in our tune-up games, you know, it was very physical, and the line of the calling was very easy to let it play through. But in the international game, like in the FIBA window, which I remember from Germany and internationally when I played, it's not like this. And we need to do a better job to adjust to this. And I don't know what's the solution for it. Maybe we have to fly some FIBA refs in or something like this, who are not Filipinos, because, and this is nothing against the Filipino refs, they just call it very physical, you know. And the other refs from the other nations, they call it, you know, certain calls are much quicker to be made, especially when you full pressure them on the court. And I mean, I'm a naturalized player, as you guys know all that, and I don't know where it goes now for me. I just want to say, I mean, we barely talked, Coach and me, but I have much respect from him. I think he has a great system. He's a great coach. It was really an honor to play for him, and yeah, I'm sorry that we let him down, and I let him down, and but I have much respect for his system, his basketball IQ, and overall his leadership.
We're going to open the floor to questions. Kindly introduce yourself and state the media organization you work for. Questions, please.
The next match will be the away games. Would you like the team to be banded more than at least 1 month or 2 months just to resolve these problems?
Certainly, time together is going to help. No? But I'm not sure if that is totally within our control. No, being able to have that extra time to play together. I'm not sure if we can do something about it. No, it's really up to the PBA and the SBP. But if they'll give us time, I think that's going to be very helpful. The other thing is we're looking forward to February, but I guess after this game, we'll have to make some assessments, evaluations, and some decisions. No? When I took on this job, I stated very clearly that my objective and our goal is to bring this team to the World Cup. So I think we fall to 4th place right now, and we have to make assessments on the next 2 games and the situations of the other teams. No? So I also stated that if I cannot bring this team to the World Cup, I'll walk away. No? So tingnan natin, no? We're in that stage now where there's really a crossroad, no? Looking into the future and making that assessment. I think I'll have to discuss this with our basketball leaders.
Questions? Questions? Over here. Mic. Let's wait for the microphone.
Coach, you were leading by 8 points at one point in the fourth. Did we become a bit complacent after that?
Not really. No, it's a game of runs. No, we had a run. We had a good run, but they had a good run themselves. No? We were hoping that we'd get back another run, but it did not happen. No? So I also told the team that as good as these players are, you know if a team is matured or not. It's going to show in the way you play your game under pressure. So I felt that when we were under pressure, our maturity did not show, and that's a function of time together and seeing and experiencing adversity as a group, which we did not have enough of. But that's always the case anyway. Pagka national team ka sa Pilipinas, kulang talaga kasi maraming factors. Whether I'm here or not, I guess one thing we should take a look at is keeping the team together longer for international competition. I was actually suggesting let's decide once and for all who the national team players are and not keep naming a pool. No? Kasi parati tayong may pool every time na may window. No? So after nung first window na nilaro natin, coming into this one, we had 20. So now, I had suggested that let's keep the number to 15, and then let's just support those 15 with time together, with international experience and competition, no? With training and exposure as a team. Ang problema ko dito kasi, a lot of these players have been successful in different systems. So it's really very difficult to unlearn those systems for a few weeks and then go back to those systems again and then unlearn them again when you're with the national team. So yun talagang nagiging problema. Yun talagang nagiging problema na palagay ko kailangan maihanap ng solution. Aside from the adjustment to the international game, PBA is totally different from the way it is being played internationally.
Before we take another question, Christian would like to say something else?
I mean, no disrespect, but it's very hard for me as a player to hear something like, we had an 8-point lead, and then do you think the players get complacent, especially when you play for the national team, you play for the country. You don't just, like, okay, we're up 8, now let's chill a little bit and let's have a great conversation. I mean, that just happens. You know, it's I don't think it was on purpose, but I think the question indicates a possibility that we didn't go all out for like a certain amount of time because we are up 8, and that's completely wrong and a little bit ridiculous. I just want to say that we went all out every second, and yeah, I don't think those kind of questions are very fair.
Any more questions from our friends from the media? Use the microphone, please.
Hi, I'm Ria Arevalo from Radyo Pilipinas Loss. Coach, we had 2 heartbreaking losses, but any positive takeaways from this window?
There you go.
Well, of course, there's a lot of experience and learnings, no, we can take away from this, no. The players themselves understand that you have to play at a different level to be successful. The level that you play in your league or in the professional league here is not going to be enough, no? When you play internationally, because we all understand that you're playing against the best of other countries, no? So yun nga, yung mga positive rito is yung lessons, no? Number 1, if we can start earlier, no? Number 2, if we can just keep a 15-man lineup and just support them with the resources and the playing together, experiencing adversities and playing at that level for a longer time. Number 3 is adapting to the international rules. No? Be able to adapt to. Pagdating kasi ng endgame, kung sino yung mas adjusted sa international rules, may advantage. May advantage na talaga lalo pagka-close game. No? So, I think those are the things, no, that we learn. No? Ang ano pa rin dito is I still feel this is a good team. I still feel this is a strong team. I still feel that if the chances are slimmer, no, going to the World Cup, but I still feel we can do it. No? Alam ko kaya pa rin natin.
We'll take one last question before we let them go. Over here, microphone, please.
Diane from ABS. Sorry for the loss. We're still very proud of the team. Christian, looking forward to the next 2 games that you have, what do you think the team needs to do to be able to really step it up and to be able to clinch the necessary wins, in your opinion?
well, everybody knows I have full faith in Coach and that he makes the right adjustments. I do think that, and I mentioned that when I started playing the PBA and I was struggling big time, and I said, this is a different sport I'm learning here because it's so much more physical, and I just want to stress the fact that I'm not knocking the refs. No, it's just a different way of playing basketball, and you have to adjust to it. And some of my teammates needs to, like Jason Castro, he plays so many times already international, so he adjusted, and you kind of see it, And Marcio's game is kind of made for the international play, so he has an easier time. But some other guys, it's very tough to adjust so quickly to those games. And then, I mean, you play 2 games, and then you have a break, and you play the other way of playing basketball the whole time, and then you go again. So I think it's a lot maybe watching film and learning what the refs call internationally and what they don't call internationally. For example, like this is the best example. My protection hand in the PBA, like I'm going to the basket, I do this, it's always a foul automatically. Like the ref sees my hand goes out, it's always a foul. Here internationally, you can kind of punch somebody in the face with your left hand. Not that you try to do it on purpose, but you can go up very wide, and they never call it because that's okay. And even if somebody hits your left hand because it's part of the body, that's a foul. So that's a huge adjustment I had to make, and obviously it helps when you're under the basket, and if you're a center, you know that you can use your protection hand a little bit better. But since if you don't come like from Germany and you grew up playing in the PBA, you're not allowed to do that. So that's one advantage they just take away. Also, the 5 team fouls in the PBA, it's 6 team fouls, so you can pressure much harder. While in the international play, I mean, if you have 3 fouls, you already should huddle up and say, okay, we need to chill out now, or they're gonna shoot free throws, which is the worst part, because if they shoot free throws, you beat yourself. You don't let them beat you. They don't make tough shots over you or try to create. Like you just give them free shots. So I think it's learning about how the international refs play that don't come from the Philippines, while really playing the system of Coach Yang, because I do believe very strongly in his system, and like I said, I have much respect for him for creating the system.
Okay, with that, we are going to close the post-match press conference. We want to thank Christian Stanardinger, Coach Yang Yao, and the rest of Gilas Pilipinas.